For more on the story, we are joined on the line from Harare, Zimbabwe by Japhet Moyo, the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions. Thanks for joining us, Japhet. Now, no consensus yet between different parties on the amendments. What is your position so far?
Our position is that I think our government did not do its homework properly because they've allowed that bill to go through as it is. If one has to listen to contributions from parliamentarians, it was clear that this bill needed time to be looked at. From the quantum it talks about to other provisions to do with administration of trade unions. But they allowed it to go through, and they are promising the nation that they are going to look at the amendments at a later stage. We have been doing this for the past 5 years, and nothing has really assisted us. We have been made to rush now because of that ruling. So government has not done its work properly.
Japhet, do you think companies that will be compelled by law to pay backdated packages will be able to meet the conditions?
Yes. In fact, in our view, the status quo before this discussion, that was the best way to deal with the issues because there was no quantum. What it meant is that parties involved will negotiate. If the company does not have the money, they were able not to pay anything. In our view, the 2 weeks for every year saved is not much if we look at how our companies are performing. Our employers have not been honest also. If we look at their standard of living, it has not changed, so they are hiding behind the finger. Our economy, if we look at the cars which are being driven in the streets of Harare, if we look at the houses which are built in the northern suburbs of Harare, clearly the money is available. It is how we use it.
Let's look at job losses. What are some of the reasons behind these job losses?
I think it is about how our country is portrayed by investors, both local and foreign. I don't think we are attractive enough for an investor to put their money to expand and employ. I don't think we are attractive enough for a foreign investor to bring in their money. You look at legislations like indigenization, where you have to give 51% to the local people. I think there is something wrong about the country risk sectors. We need to deal with that. We need to deal with the property rights laws. We need to deal with our consistency in announcing our legislation. So it's about how we portray ourselves to the outside world and to the investors inside the country.
And your constitutional court action, take us through that.
Obviously, the politics is going to play a bigger role. That has been the trend over the years. Whatever the politicians want, that's what the courts have to decide.
Let us talk about employers who have downsized workers. Could these companies have acted differently to protect jobs?
Come again?
I'm saying, let us talk about these employers who have now downsized workers. Could they have acted differently in order to protect jobs?
I'm not sure about that, but if I get you correct, you are asking about the employers who have downsized.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
What do you think they could have done differently to protect jobs instead of laying people off?
They could have negotiated with their workers because the law provided for that separation instead of laying them off without compensation. So we are not arguing about whether they were supposed not to remove them, but to remove them without any compensation. We were saying social dialogue requires that they agree with the people involved, they put their cards on the table. Workers who agreed to go even empty-handed, if they are explained how the company has been doing, if the company does not have the money, instead of allowing the workers to go without giving them a reason.
Just finally, Japhet, now there are other worker union bodies like the Zimbabwe Federation of Trade Unions accusing you of causing division among workers. Is this a fair statement? What do you have to say about that?
Not at all, not at all. That's the freedom of association. In other countries, you have the federations. We have been cooperating with the other federations in this country. We have been working together as we oppose this legislation. So I think whether there are divisions or not divisions, it's not what creates the problems the workers are facing in the country. I think the problem is our politics.
We'll have to leave it there, Japhet. Thank you for your time.